Hi, good afternoon, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to our new episode of Social Science. Okay, I hope all are fine and take care. Okay, my dear students, let us go to our lesson. Today, I would like to take the second part of the introduction. That is, we were studying about geography, second chapter, lithosphere. Okay, lithosphere. The word lithosphere refers to the sphere of the land. Okay, and we already studied that lithosphere. The word lithos is derived from a Latin word. It means rock. Okay, and this lithosphere includes rocks, soil, land, sand. Okay, the outer part that we are seeing, except the ocean part, we call it as lithosphere. Okay, and we studied that we can divide the lithosphere into three parts: the outer layer, the inner layer, and the middle layer. Okay, the innermost layer is known as the core, and it is we can see 6,371 kilometer in deep. Okay, and the middle layer we can see, that is mantle. Its depthness is 2,900 kilometer, and the outer layer we can see the crust, that is only 60 kilometers. Okay, so these are the different parts of the lithosphere. Okay, and my dear students, this lithosphere is very important for human being. It gives many resources such as petroleum, minerals, metals, etc. Okay, many developed countries in the world are developed because of the presence of the petroleum. Okay, and life will be more difficult without the presence of petroleum. Nowadays we are using petrol, diesel, kerosene, LPG gas, compressed natural gas, CNG. All these natural resources are used by we the human beings for our better life. So it is, in a sense, we can say these are the blessings of the nature or God. Okay, so lithosphere is very important for life, and moreover, the majority living beings as well as plants and trees are also living in the lithosphere. Okay, we know that earth we can divide into many spheres like atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. The combination of atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere is known as biosphere. Okay, and that is, as the name shows, it is a sphere of life. Okay, so lithosphere is very important. Lithosphere is the plate or the region where we are living on the earth. Okay, and we are constructing our houses on the lithospheric plate. Okay, that is about lithosphere. I hope you understood. Okay, so later we studied that we can see different types of rocks on our earth, and once upon a time these rocks were the primary rocks, we call it as igneous rocks, were formed due to the solidification of magma when it was in the interior part of the earth. We can see the magma when it come outside in the form of volcano, we call it as lava. When this lava solidifies, it will make a mountain like structure and it will solidify. Later it will become very hard substance, that is known as igneous. Such types of rocks are known as igneous rocks. Okay, and second types of rocks is known as sedimentary rocks, because of the combination of many sediments, sedimentary part of minerals. Some minerals will form. Such rocks made up of minerals are known as sedimentary rocks. Okay, and the third one is called metamorphic rocks. This rock is forming due to the metamorphosis, or due to the changes. Okay, changes happening in the igneous and sedimentary rocks lead to the formation of metamorphic rocks due to pressure and high temperature. Okay, that is called metamorphosis. Okay, and these are the three types of rocks. Okay, and now let us go to the another important point of this chapter. This chapter is totally divided into internal forces and external forces. Internal forces is otherwise known as endogenic forces, and external forces also known as exogenic forces. Okay, remember, endogenic forces refers to internal forces, and exogenic forces refers to the exterior or external forces. So now let us discuss about what are internal forces. Okay, internal forces. Okay, there are mainly three types of internal forces are there. We have already studied that in the mantle and the core, the molten magma. Okay, the very highly hot liquid like semi liquid like, or such we can call it as semi liquid like. Okay, semi solid or semi liquid type substances are moving here and there due to the pressure. Okay, it is very high temperature in down, and it is highly flammable. Okay, highly flammable. It can catch fire. Okay, we can see kerosene, petrol, diesel, LPG, all these things are getting what? Fire. So these are very dangerous also. Okay, so in a sense we can say we are living on a type of nuclear bomb. Anytime it can explode. Okay, there is high temperature in the interior part of the earth. Okay, because of this high temperature and pressure, frequently we are facing earthquake, volcano, tsunami, many things. Okay, so these natural phenomena are known as what? Internal forces. So one by one we can discuss what are these internal forces. So let us first go to volcanoes. So for volcanoes we are calling it as Jwalamukhi in Hindi. Jwalamukhi in Hindi. Okay, so due to the high pressure and temperature in the interior part of the earth, especially in the core and mantle, sometimes if there is any crack or any space is getting for these things to come outside, it will penetrate outside. Okay, it will splash outside, and we call it as lava. When it come outside, the magma coming outside, we call it as lava. Okay, later it will solidify. Okay, such a process is called as volcanoes, and the opening on the surface of the earth of this volcano is known as vent. Okay, vent means a type of ventilator. Okay, and there are three types of volcanoes are there in the world. First one is active, and second one is dormant, and third one is extinct. Okay, active volcanoes, it can be active, it can be erupt, it can be active in any time. Okay, it can be work out any time. Such type of volcanoes are known as active volcanoes. And second type is dormant. Dormant means they are semi-active. They can be erupted, but for long years it was little bit calm and quiet. Okay, but there is a high chance to erupt again. Such types of volcanoes are known as dormant type. Okay, dormant volcanoes. And the third one is called extinct. They are somewhat like dead. Okay, or once they create a lot of damages to the lithospheric plate sphere. Now for many hundreds of years they are not so active, so we call it as extinct or no more. Okay, extinct volcanoes. And that is about volcanoes. Now let us come to earthquake. Earthquake is a natural phenomena because of the interior pressure and temperature. And you know, the earth has many plates, we call it as tectonic plates. When these tectonic plates move, suddenly what will happen? It will jerk, or there will be some tremor or shock. Okay, so because of this shock, what will happen? Many buildings may collapse. Okay, so it can cause many damage to human beings and other living beings, and it can destroy many things. Okay, so it is very much devastating or destructive for the human beings. Okay, and we can see earthquake. When we study about the earthquake, the point of origin in the interior part of the earth, we call it as hypocenter. Okay, from where the earthquake started, that point in the interior part of the earth is known as hypocenter. And at the same time, that where it is more active or more prominent in the point of on the surface of the earth, that point we call it as epicenter. Okay, I hope you understood. When the eruption start and where it is create more destruction, or when there will be a core point will be there. Okay, and based on that point, it will be creating lot of damage in the surrounding areas. Okay, in the point that origin area, there will be high destructions will be there, and when we go far away from that region, that is the level of destructions, the intensity of destructions will be very very less. Okay, so the point on surface where earthquake took place, we call it as epicenter, and in the interior part we call it as hypocenter. Okay, don't confuse. Interior it is known as hypocenter, and the exterior we call it as epicenter. Okay, and mainly there are three types of volcanoes earthquakes are there, based on their intensity. Okay, based on the intensity of the earthquake, we can divide the earthquake into three types according to the movement of the tectonic plates, or the interior movements of the earth due to the height, pressure and temperature. Okay, so the three types are primary waves. Okay, primary waves, it is originating from the interior part of the earth, and secondary waves, and the third one is surface waves. And these surface waves are creating lot of damages on the surface of the earth. Okay, so these are depends upon the waves created, the tremors made by the earthquake. Okay, and that is about earthquake. And the majority earthquakes are happened in the circum-Pacific belt, nearby the Pacific Ocean. Okay, Pacific region is highly prominent for the earthquake. Okay, and in the world we can see Italy, Japan. These are very very famous places for well-known places for what earthquake. Frequently, this earthquakes are happening in such areas. And the third one, interior or endogenic forces, are known as tsunamis. Okay, tsunamis are nothing but these are the earthquakes happening in the interior of the ocean. So as a result, what will happen? The water will change into many many waves. The movement of the water is known as waves, and these waves can go to the coastal regions, and it can destroy lot of buildings. Okay, 10 or 15 storied building can also be destroyed by tsunamis. In 2001 or 2000, I remember there was a very destructive tsunami was there. Okay, and it destroyed many many Southeast Asian countries, including Japan, Indonesia, some part of India. Okay, and many many small islands also were severely affected by the tsunami. Okay, it is very dangerous when it comes to the coastal regions. Okay, and 3/4 part of our earth is covered by water, so remaining 1/4 only land, so it can damage the majority part of the land. Okay, so that is a case of tsunami. This word tsunami is derived from a Japanese word. Okay, its meaning is earthquake under the ocean, that is tsunami. Okay, and I hope you understood this part. Okay, and another important thing I would like to share with you. Okay, when we study about the natural calamities, natural destructions, we can see wonderful thing. Majority destructions of the world are happened in the date of the end of the month, that is mainly on 26th of the end of every month. Many many natural destructions we can see in the world, even the tsunami, many many earthquakes. Okay, some years back in the 1996 or something, there was a high earthquake in Maharashtra, called one place called Latur. Okay, it was also in the last of the month, 26th. Okay, so according to scientific study, it is a research conducted by some scientists, and as per this study, they came to one conclusion that majority natural disasters are happened on the end of the month, especially on the 26th. And another reason is there, on this 26th, what will happen, the moon will be in big size. That another scientific reason we are going to explain. On the 26th, what will happen, the size of the moon will be very very big, and as a result there will be some gravitational forces will work out in between moon and ocean. As a result, these earthquakes and these tsunamis are happening as per the scientific study of the scientist or geologist. Okay, so I hope you this session is understood for you, and please go through the textbook. Okay, try to understand, solve the answers by yourself by reading. Okay, till then, take care, have a nice day. Thank you.